change your nanny maybe 4 or 5 times this year. I know some people are even giving up. They say, you know what, show, I'm not getting anybody again. Let me
Mm.
just even rest. And December is coming. It is that peak period to leave your house. You'll be saying that, no, I'm a fantastic boss, things are going well. Shocker or shocker. May
Mm.
they not shock you this season in the name of
Yeah.
Jesus. But I mean, we are beyond, your nanny's living. We're here to have realistic conversations. Some of the issues
Mm.
that we've noticed going on in from the home side to the nanny side to the boss's side, and see
Right.
how we can build better homes, right? I always say, to thrive as a mom, you need one, the right mindset and a good support system. Support system can be your daycare, your husband, your
Right.
mother-in-law, father-in-law. But for a lot of people, we have domestic staffs, your nanny or your house helps or whatever. And they play a big role in ensuring that we are sane as
Mm.
women, and our homes,
Right.
our even personal lives can run smoothly. So this is not a by the way conversation. If you're a woman and you're interested in building a stable home, then this conversation is for you. Whether you are married, whether you're not married, whether you have children, whether you don't have children yet, one
Mm.
day you will need a support system. And in just
Absolutely.
in case, because I know a lot of people that said, I don't want to get a nanny, just me and my husband. And there's nothing wrong with that. But along the line, you realize that, oh, more,
Yeah,
I
it's
need
humble
some
you.
form of
Mm.
help. Right.
Mm.
The truth is that along the line, eventually, we all find ourselves in situations. So let's address a lot of the burning issues, a lot of the concerns. And I have no one better. I mean, we had like a 2 hour conversation, and I said, no, we must do a video. this all this talk cannot just die
Yeah.
off camera, because I
Mm.
know that it will help. So take this as me and Mrs. Fumi are having a conversation, and you guys are just here to hear us. And of course, we would love to hear your comments, beyond YouTube. I mean, our Instagram pages will be put one way or the other in this video. So
Yeah.
follow us, interact with us, because the truth is your feedback is what will help us do better and
Better.
improve all our homes better.
Mm.
Because at the core of it, that's what we truly care about. See, the family is the bedrock of society. So
Mm.
it's not an area where we should just treat anyhow. It's very important, and it starts from how our homes are being run. So I've spoken a lot, Miss Fumi. First of all, introduce yourself. Why did I even bring you here?
Oh
Tell us.
yeah.
Yes.
My name is Oluwaseun Usidamen. Welcome to my YouTube channel.
Tell them
Okay.
why too.
Thank you so much, Matt, for creating this platform. I mean, reaching moms on your level is a different access from an agency point, right? And my name is Lola Isola. And I'm the founder of Executive Global Nanny. And
Woo!
at Executive Global Nanny, our mission is to help nannies build professional careers as nannies while also helping families hire the right nanny fit for their families. And we love to do this. We enjoy doing this. It's, there was a conversation I had with our placement officer, and I asked her, what do you enjoy most about this job? And then she said that the part where she's able to get place a nanny to a family and they are happy together, then it struck a chord, like that's the end game.
Yeah.
But it just hurts when some families now handle their nannies like strangers or
Mm.
handle their nannies like aliens.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, you interviewed this person, you went through a whole lot of process to bring this person for your child or for your children, as the case
Yeah.
may be. It's sometimes it doesn't add up. I know there is an overrated, I'm careful with my choice of words right now.
Mm-hmm.
There is a common belief, or an assumed belief rather, that all nannies are not reliable in
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria or in
Mm-hmm.
Africa at large. All nannies are not trustworthy. And I
Yeah.
mean, we're in that season where there's so many narratives out there that, oh, your nanny will soon leave. And I won't lie to you, the truth
Mm.
is, whenever I see those kinds of content, it breaks my heart. And I'm like,
Hmm.
no, it's, yes, the fact that it happened to one, two, or let's even say 10 or 20 people doesn't mean
Yeah.
that's the story for everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
And that should not define our narrative as a nanny industry.
Yeah.
So And I'm sure that when we had our conversation off camera, you thought that, okay, this timing is actually the best to also push out the good narrative or the angle of the nanny when it comes
Mhm.
to stopping work at the end of the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, yeah. And maybe you've got to this video at the beginning, you heard nanny agency, you're like, this is another promotional agency video. Let me correct you, it's not. I see, let me even tell you my story. Just like every other mom, the first time you start looking for help, you start with agents. And if you've encountered two, three, four agents, you know that some people are just
Mm,
unfortunate. Let me put it that
mm,
way. Not
mm,
everyone is bad, again, because I won't describe everybody as bad, but
mm,
some people are just really after making money. Some
mm,
people, one, don't really care about their nanny. So let me also speak from a personal point of view. I care about human beings.
mm,
Jesus Christ died for all of us. So every human being I see, I have a mindset of Jesus Christ died for this person. I don't
mm,
like an agent that does not care about their nanny. For
mm,
me, oh, is a red flag. Right. And you see a lot of agents like that. So I'm trying to emphasize that this is not just an agency. I've worked with them for maybe like 2 years now, since I probably had my daughter. I've interacted with Mrs. Fumi one on one. You know, when you meet someone that aligns with you on your core value, someone that, like she said, it's the joy of placing homes. It's trying to change this bad narrative. It's trying to ensure that we are building better homes. It's
yeah.
beyond, oh, come and take nanny and pay
Yeah.
us 50K.
Yes, this morning.
Go.
Right.
There's a value system we are trying to build here, and I found someone that aligns with me. And what are we doing on this channel? Like she said, I feel like we where I address motherhood is different from how a lot of people. Some people just do vlogs, some people just do content, and
Yeah.
that's okay. But I'm
Mm,
very intentional about adding value. I'm very intentional to you as a person, really thriving. So please remove this another agency conversation.
thank you.
These are two people that have the same thoughts, and in
Mm,
their own different areas of life, they're ensuring their thoughts or their mindset or their goals are
exactly.
being achieved. So that's just the foundation. I hope
Yes.
our minds are renewed and our hearts are open.
I
Okay, so
hope
now
so
let's go
too.
into the Okay, let's
Mm-hmm.
go into the conversation. So
Right.
I know that you keep talking, everybody has heard of the bad nannies. The
Mm,
nannies are leaving. So I
mm,
don't really want to dwell too much on that aspect. And I'm not trying to downplay it, because
yeah.
it is the truth. We've seen
Mm,
bad people. Even with
mm,
Miss Fomi, and even
of
in that
course.
point, time I'll say, you guys need to improve your process. Or why is this one like this? Why is this one like that? And then, they then explain this, and I realize that some human beings are just bad.
Yeah.
And we leave God to work on the
So
human
what?
beings.
Honestly, true. True.
Right? While we trust that the ones that we see that are open to do better, will
Yeah.
continue to,
To be
do better.
attracted
So
to us.
we're not
Yeah.
just here to, of course, again, we're going to in bit touch about the bad nannies. Maybe you as a boss, okay, notice your nanny or house help is behaving this way. Some of the best ways to handle it, some of the red signs that maybe this one will run away. Don't stay
Mm,
with this person, right?
yeah.
But I mean, what are some of the common things you've seen that will cause a nanny to want to leave her work? Right? Maybe let's start from there. What are some of the red flags from the bosses? Because, like I said, we already know the nannies. But from the bosses, why would a nanny, and especially if maybe you already have a good relationship, like it looks like things are going on well, and
Yeah.
then suddenly you just pack your load and I don't see you again? Or, like what are some of the things that lead to, those things?
Okay. Thank you for that question. So there are so many reasons why a
Hmm.
nanny would like to leave. Even if it seems like the work relationship looks good from the boss's point of view.
Yeah.
And when you say point of view from, so I can have a good relationship with you. From my point of view, everything is going smooth, but there are
Yeah.
actually some things you've noticed about me that you don't
Mm-hmm.
like or doesn't sit well
Mm-hmm.
with you. Because
Mm-hmm.
you're my boss,
Mm-hmm.
especially from a nanny boss relationship
Yeah.
in Nigeria, they can't express themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They can't say these things easily without
Yeah.
being somehow blackmailed. Like, after all I've done for you, you know, you still want to
Yeah.
leave.
Hmm.
And sometimes that's the reason why they do not go through the professional process to exiting.
Yeah.
So a boss can, let's take for instance, salary. That could
Mm-hmm.
be one of the reasons why someone decides to leave. A nanny might be earning let's take for instance 50,000 naira for the past 2 years or since
Yeah.
January. And the boss will say, okay, I tip her whenever she's going for off. I pack so many things for her. You know, those extra things. I buy a pad. I'm telling you based on what feedbacks that we've heard. I buy her this. I give her extra money. I pay her daughter's school fees. All of those things, all those good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And from the nanny point of view, a salary is still 50K.
Yep.
See, a lot of people can justify, oh, but I'm giving her extra. That is even way more than a salary. See, a salary is still a salary. If it's a mindset,
Yeah.
it's our choice, it's our
Yeah.
point of view.
Yeah.
That could be, trust me, it's wild to think, okay, but I pay most of your basic needs and you're just earning 50K. But unfortunately, she's leaving because she has not gotten an increment for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
And sometimes these nannies have friends working in other location, and
Hmm.
then they
They're
tell them,
hearing
"My
the
madam
gist.
increased my salary, even though she still does this." It happens to us even as non-nannies. When we
Wow.
have better opportunities in a particular
Yeah.
company, we
Yeah.
poach ourselves, or the company might poach us, or we pitch ourselves to the company and we
Yeah.
migrate. And even the company is like, but we covered all of this for her, but she still let the margin might just be insignificant, or
Yeah.
might be more
Yeah.
salary
Mm-hmm.
in that perspective could be one of the reasons why a nanny leave. Remember, you might be doing your best for the nanny, but then they
Yeah.
still leave. Now
Yeah.
another reason could also be um work environment.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants a safe, peaceful, healthy work environment.
Yeah.
See, when it comes to work environment for a nanny, it's not really a regular professional setting,
Mm-hmm.
even though we expect the nannies to be professional.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why even when we train them, we tell them the home is your office.
Yeah.
It's difficult to set, it's a mindset change that is gradual to change.
Yeah.
There are nannies that are able to see that imagery, but not everyone is able to settle into that imagery, especially
Mm-hmm.
when everything happening in the home is opposite of what happens in the office.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take for instance, based on stories, right? A nanny
Hmm.
works in a home where there's grandma, there's grandpa, their aunt. It's like a family house. So she takes instructions from literally everybody in that home. Sometimes she gets confused. Yeah.
Hmm.
And okay, this is the person that pays my salary. You do it as she has said, but grandma says something else. Now, grandma has access to your madam before you.
Hmm.
Your madam will believe what her mom
Your
says or
grandma
what her
says.
mother-in-law says. It's
Yeah.
chaotic.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
That's even on a bigger scale. Sometimes it's just husband, wife, and the children or child.
Yeah.
Sometimes the children that makes the work environment toxic.
Yeah.
And because there are different kinds of mom. Some are realistic, some are not.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being careful with the choice of word. This is not
Hmm.
to trigger any mom, but just to make you know that sometimes your nanny means well.
Yeah.
Your children have priority. You believe your children, but sometimes, and that's why we have different departments in an office to avoid
Mm-hmm.
bias when it comes to some judgment.
Mm-hmm.
You would always have a soft spot for your children, but
Yeah.
sometimes you want a second look or a second
Mm-hmm.
eye to a
Mm-hmm.
particular situation. Sometimes sometimes it's the parents themselves that makes it
Yeah.
unbearable. You
Yeah.
hire someone sometimes because of your bad experience, because of the last nanny you had. She did this, she did that. Then you're hard on the new person.
Yeah.
It makes the environment, makes the nanny want to stop. These nannies have choices.
Yeah.
And at the points when they have some are have their patience span is wider. So you
Mm-hmm.
get someone that is able to work 7 months, decide and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Some have zero. I
Tolerance.
mean, zero tolerance.
Yeah.
So first week they see how it goes, they leave,
Yeah.
and that's why a lot of them will, because of that toxic
Yeah.
mindset. A lot of them will give the most deadliest lie
Mm-hmm.
to exit
The home.
a family, to stop
Yeah.
working for a family. I mean, I've had cases where a nanny said she's been bleeding for months.
The woman with the issue of blood. Hey
Thank
God.
you. She said she's been bleeding for months and she needs to go to the village now. And I'm like, wait, no, it doesn't make sense. We just paid your salary. And all of a
Yeah,
sudden, you've
suddenly
been bleeding
bleeding.
for months. No, call her back. What happened?
Hmm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
when we, dug deep, and she was like,
Yeah.
the workload in the house is a lot on her.
Yeah.
The way the woman talks to her makes her scared sometimes.
Hi. Hmm.
Imagine, she wanted to leave. She couldn't even tell us that, see, this is happening. And we get feedbacks every month. And she couldn't even open to tell us, this is what is happening. She had to lie. Because in another phase, the client tries to, give her maybe a tip, buy her shoes, take her out to
Hmm.
dinner, things like that. But to her, this doesn't cut
This
it for me.
thing.
This is not my.
Yeah.
Some nannies, regardless of how much they are being paid, sometimes exit. They will say, my peace is better than the money.
Yeah.
I'm speaking, I'm not saying, for anyone who sees this video, I'm not saying there are no bad nannies. But the
Yeah.
conversation here is to talk about bosses that are also not kind, or
Yeah.
that are not making the work environment suitable or conducive for the nannies
For
that
the
are working
nannies.
with them.
Yeah.
And I like to tell families, if two nannies who do not know each other work with you within a certain period of time, and the
Mm-hmm.
two of them have the same feedback,
Mm-hmm.
then check yourself. Something is
Yeah.
actually wrong. But
Yeah.
you can't tell a client directly, ma, something is wrong with you. Or something is wrong in your home. Even when you say it in the indirect way, ma, we got this feedback from this person, and this is the same
Yeah.
feedback we are getting from this person. A lot of them get very offensive. But
Yeah.
the truth is the truth.
Yeah.
There are families who have been able to work with one nanny for 8 years, 5 years, 10 years. You
Yeah.
wish to have that. But there's
Yeah.
actually something they are doing differently. It's
Yeah.
not always about even the money. Some will say,
Yeah.
but you can be kind to these people. Sometimes, how is that kindness delivered?
Yeah.
Remember, these are also human beings.
Yeah.
They have a mindset. They have
Mm-hmm.
they have a history of where they're coming
Mm-hmm.
from. You can't
Mm-hmm.
erase that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when people come to your home and you're treating them like an enemy, but you want them to deliver, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
We want professionalism in the industry. We want professional nannies. And I would say some people don't want professional nannies. They don't want their nannies to be smart. They don't want their nannies to know things. But when it comes to their work, they want their nannies to be smart. It doesn't add up. So I can go
On and
on
on.
reasons why nannies leave. And the truth is, for those bosses that have those experience, I feel like a lot of them know the reason why their nannies are leaving.
Hmm.
Let me shock you. There was there was a client I spoke with recently, and she said that she wants someone. I mean, it wasn't even the salary for me. I wouldn't even mention the salary because it's unrealistic in 2025.
Hmm. God, I beg. That's another conversation, Seth. Hey.
And when she said, former, another way is how we even see these people. A
Yeah.
former girl, that's how she said it, left her stranded. And she begged the girl she should even wait, let her get somebody but the girl ran away overnight. I said, okay. I'm glad you are even, being, because some people even live in denial that they are not the
Hmm.
ones. So she said, I said, with all of this job description that you've mentioned, I don't have someone that can do this, one person, even
Hmm.
for the salary. And I'm
Yeah.
sure that is the reason why your former, in our
Nanny
word,
left.
girl, because no,
Okay. Oh.
they don't even use the word nanny, because when you now
Yeah.
use the title nanny, you're streamlining the job function to just childcare,
Hmm.
which they know.
Hmm.
But when you use the word girl, it
Hmm.
covers everything
That she will do.
that she wants you to do. So including housekeeping, including cooking, including nannying, including working
Shop.
in a, she's not even shop, she's is in the house, she cooks at home. So she will be helping her cook in the house.
Wow.
I'm like,
Miss Mommy, Miss Mommy, you don't even know what to say. Help me. I don't know. Please pardon me to come in here for a moment, right? And let me start by this. I know you said quite a lot, but to help someone watching this video and maybe doesn't still understand what is it now, why are we making a fuss over these
yeah,
things? Let's start with you as a person. Let me
mm,
ask you and do the self analysis.
right,
See, if you know you don't want to build a good home, because I'm not here to waste your time and I don't want you to
perfect.
waste my time. But I'm very intentional. I know I'm shouting. I want your home. We've outlined why it's important. So ask yourself, if you were to look for a job today, we know that a lot of Nigerian jobs don't have even good office structure. But just imagine you were in another world. What would you want? I want you to properly imagine it. It's very important.
Mm,
What would you want your boss to be like? What would you want your colleagues to be like? What would you want the work environment? What kind of perks would you want in the job? Do you want a job that you know that, okay, oh, in the next 2 years I can see myself progressing? Okay, maybe when I came to this job, the goal was to get a job that will help me earn, certain amount so that I can do this. So ask yourself, sit down, really evaluate it, picture it, forget what your experience may have been like. Maybe you in your own office, your own boss is always shouting at you. So it may be difficult to picture someone that doesn't
right.
shout, but
Mm,
it is possible, right? And some of us, we need to do personal evaluations of ourselves. And see, one of the ways you can help yourself, and this is beyond nanny, if you're in a work environment, start getting feedback from people you work with. What kind of person am I? You know why this thing may even help you? Will help your marriage. Because sometimes even our own partners cannot talk to us because of how badly behaved we are. Sit down with your husband, or if maybe you are the husband watching, babe, how am I? And don't be ready to defend, to be defensive. Take the feedback. Don't just say, but you know that time you too. Why did you now? And say you know me, and now said no. And I'm not saying this because I'm perfect though. I'm a human being like you. I'm learnt this thing from bad from my terrible behavior, and I'm learning. The other day, my own nanny and I, we still had a small clash. And I came and hugged her and said, I'm sorry. I told her I'm sorry. She just said, Ma, and when she was not crying, and I thought, I said, oh, I'm sorry. I know me. So I'm not saying like, oh, I want perfect. I have it. No, God is working in all of us,
mm,
right? But we can do better part time. So ask yourself, what is the standard you will want for yourself? Now, like she said, they're training the nannies, which is the truth. Your home, no matter how beautiful it is, until you guys maybe you've not spent 3 years, 4 years, and of course, the home begins to feel more of a home than an office, to the nanny. But at the beginning, it's office. Do you
yeah.
understand? Even all those for example, you have a boss that at the end of the day will still give you 1K after work. Oh, we are doing happy hour. Let me order pizza for everybody today. You may have that kind of boss, but the money that enters your bank account at the end of the month is your salary. You
Thank
will
you.
not, when you're doing expenses, you will not say, oh, so my boss now bought pizza. Or okay, they gave me 2K. Do you add it when you are doing your budget at the end of the month?
Thank you, ma. Just to come in there,
Okay.
I like where you mentioned your experience with your nanny. People need to understand that life is about relationship,
Yeah.
and it doesn't stop at you hiring a nanny.
Yeah.
The kind of relationship you have with your nanny from the get-go determines how that nanny would relate to you. I've had a nanny who
Yeah.
wanted to stop working with her boss, and she gave 7 months notice.
Wow.
When I heard, I said, no, you don't get this. I I said, no, I was very, I said, no, you do not get this. People don't give this. So for her
Yeah.
to give this notice, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't, it shows for her to, it takes a lot for you to be able to talk to your boss and say, ma, I'll be stopping work by June next year.
Yeah.
You're giving in. That's, that's big.
Yeah.
It's something that should not be taken lightly, but sometimes people even mess it up.
Yeah.
Just that alone. Some people still mess it up.
Hmm.
Now, when it comes to hiring nannies, from what you said, you had those tips. It's also a mindset from the boss angle.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
some people will say, I want to hire a nanny, I want to pay this amount of salary. And you're like, no, we don't have someone for that age bracket. This is what we like for that budget, salary
Hmm.
budget. And then you say it starts from this bracket. And they're like, oh, I'm going to feed them. I'm going to, what's the word they use? I'm going to pay for their toiletries. They are going to stay under my roof, use my internet. And it just it bothers me. One of the things that you do not want in
Mm-hmm.
your home is theft.
Yeah.
And like I was telling someone recently, I said, see, we are human beings. You don't want to place someone in a position of temptation.
Yeah.
If you don't feed your nanny well and your
Mm-hmm.
nanny is hungry,
Mm-hmm.
if that nanny does not have a choice,
Yeah.
it's not to condone the behavior, but it's just to tell you that they're in a position to steal your child's food.
Mm-hmm.
Emphasis on the word steal because you didn't give them access to.
Yeah.
If your nanny is not well paid, now another part is going for off. Some
Hmm.
nannies work with some boss, depending on where they hire from. And another
Yeah.
thing is also where people hire from. That's
Hmm.
another reason why a nanny can leave abruptly. Where
Hmm.
did they hire from? I'm not
Hmm.
saying it's perfect even for us as an agency, but a lot of these narratives that we hear are from the hiring process was messy.
Hmm.
So when they portray this, or the nannies are not reliable, I'm like, how did you get to this
To this point.
point? Because all of these things, to an extent, the processes that we go through would have corrected these things.
Yeah.
So on a worst case, if a nanny leaves, and I'm saying this passionately, and because it's not just about the nanny a lot of time. When a nanny leaves, we personally want to know why she
Right.
left.
Hmm.
Either she left abruptly or she
Mm-hmm.
left giving the 1 month notice. We still want, some nannies don't talk because they've been bullied even by their bosses not to talk.
Okay.
They are, working in a home a lot of time is private. And there are
Hmm.
information that these people ideally professionally must not spill out.
Yeah.
It's it
It's
hurts.
hmm.
Some nannies, we lose nannies
Hmm.
from
Because of
their
that.
experiences working with a family. But these families don't see it. All they
Hmm.
talk about is nannies are not reliable. Every December they lie that they want to go to the village.
Yeah.
The truth is, a lot of nannies travel every year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
say that. When they travel, they are coming back. It's not dependent on what is happening in December. It's dependent
Yeah.
on what has been happening since the beginning of the year.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
in as much as you think your nanny is not smart, she knows what she's going to do if she's going to stop working with you. I don't
Yeah.
know how you want to take this, but that's the truth. Your
Yeah.
nanny will stop working with you, not because of what you're doing for her in December. It's an
Yeah.
accumulation of all that you've been doing for
Things.
her and how she has taken a decision.
Yeah. Huh.
So a lot of people do not see this,
Part.
angle or this perspective. They just assume nannies are bad, nannies are not trustworthy, nannies are this. When they go in
Yeah.
December, they don't come back.
Yeah.
Yes, they will
Yeah.
not come back because they know what they want.
Yeah.
Some nannies would say, I don't want to work in Lagos mainland. I want to work in Lagos
Lagos
Island.
Island.
Sometimes I find it like, what's it? But we've also had cases where we have clients that will say, I want a nanny that has experience working on the island. So,
Interesting.
so some of those choices, if, if a client can have that demand, it also justifies why a nanny can also have
Can
that
have that
demand, right?
demand.
And
Yeah.
it also explains why a nanny reacts or behaves the way they do.
Yeah.
Nannies will lie.
Yeah.
That's one. In my head, I'm like, why do you guys lie? I
Yeah.
sometimes I get personal with our nannies. I'm like, why did you leave your former place of work? Then they say, oh, our former madam travel. I know a lot of people get that too. It's common. She
Yeah.
traveled. She's out of the country. That you cannot really know.
Yeah.
So what I tell them is Lagos is small.
Hmm.
Your former madam might know your next madam.
Next, madam. Say talk the truth now. Better open your mouth.
And then sometimes they're able to say it. Sometimes you can understand why they give that reasons.
Yeah.
So it's if we start to see these people differently,
Yeah. As
I think
human beings like you.
it shapes or controls or gives a positive feedback to you even as a family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you've been hurt as well. You were nice to the nanny, but you also
Mm-hmm.
want to have a Q&A with yourself, like what
Yeah.
this is from your angle. What about
Yes.
from the nanny angle? You might not
Mm-hmm.
be able to get that from the nanny, but
Mm-hmm.
you can always
Do
be
a
sure that
self-evaluation.
it's
Yeah.
self-evaluation. Because
Yeah.
trust me, I always tell the nannies, when you're good, hmm, and you feel like your boss does not appreciate you, deep
Yeah.
down in them, they know you are good. But
Yeah.
some people just don't have to tell you that you're good.
Oh wow.
So
Appreciate
if you
somebody
can
again is
see
hard.
so many things, I mean, it's your person. We have different personalities. Some
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
will not affirm even their spouses or their friends, but they show
Yeah.
it in a different way,
Yeah.
right? I have nannies who also, that's their love language. But
Hmm.
when they, if they are human, they just want, she never says thank. I say your boss, she's your boss. In as much as she might not say thank you verbally, she pays your salary. These nannies are also emotional,
Human beings. Yeah.
but we do not want to accept that they deserve to express that part of themselves. It's
Yeah.
that we are human beings. Blood flows through
Yeah.
our veins. So
Yeah.
it's quite a lot from the nanny angle as well. And
Yeah.
I just hope that somehow families also start to think that or believe that
Yeah.
nannies are also passionate about working for them. They enjoy working for
Yeah.
them as much
Yeah.
as they want it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So much to say. And I think
So
let me also
much.
start because let me also put it two things, right? Two things I would say. First thing is I know we are talking a lot. Like you said, we laid the foundation at the beginning of this video. So this video is not to really focus on the nanny's fault. And we are not downplaying that they are bad nannies.
Yeah.
I've heard stories from my friends, and what I'll say is one, in fact, you need to follow our pages. We do a collaboration page, and I did a series of videos talking about how to get a good nanny, what to do. And some of the things I mentioned was that, of course, first of all, pray. I spent time in prayer. I can go into that's another conversation. I prayed, Father, and again, like I said, do a self evaluation. I'm not perfect, but if I'm praying for a kind person, someone that will add value to my own, first of all, am I also kind? The person come to my own, can I also add value to her beyond the work that she's doing? Can I help her achieve her goal? So, and I also did a video about, some of things to look out for from the interview process. So, for example, now your expectations to matter. If you're employing someone that is 18,
Yeah.
20, she's a child. So don't be surprised when she's behaving like a child. Do you understand? So I have at the back of my mind that I'm employing a child. She will behave some certain funny ways. Two, this person will want to leave my house after a few. So for me, get go. What are your plans for yourself? Do you want to further your education? Do you want to do a trade? So that first you are having an expectation of the person you're employing. You know what they also want to do for themselves. And I'm not saying, oh, do all of this and they may not. See, the truth is you could be the perfect person. Till today, people are still rejecting Jesus. If Jesus that died for you, it's the truth. Sometimes I need to encourage myself. If we can reject Jesus today, we'll still do argument of God does not love me. We will argue till eternity. If they can reject Jesus, don't feel bad. If you've done everything and you are, do you understand?
Yeah.
We'll just continue to trust God to bring the right people our way. And if you've employed the person, you've done your due diligence, you've asked the questions. For example, you are employing an elderly person. It means that she has older children. Ask, are your children who is watching them? Because so that today she will not say, my children, there's nobody watching them. I have to go and do this one. I have to go and do that one. You are having an idea of this person from the interview process. And if the person comes to your house and you are saying this is not a good person, you know that the person lies, the person steals, address it from the beginning. If it does not work for you, send the person packing.
Go.
Don't now be beating the person. Don't now be, using terrible words on the person. Don't I'm saying, after everything I've done for you, you now want to turn yourself to Jesus. If after give yourself 1 month or 2 weeks or whatever, this relationship is not working, these are things I've noticed about you. You have that meeting with the nanny and say thank you for coming, pack your bag and go, and we trust God to bring someone good. So that's on one end. We're not disputing or downplaying the bad people. We're just also trying to focus on the other end. Then another thing I'll say is, some of this talked about is some of these issues. Like another thing is accept feedback. Create a system. Don't wait for the nannies. It's up to you. There was something my husband and I did one time, right? We were driving to pick my daughter up from school. We now reduced the volume of the radio. We said, oh, and we called her name that, do you have any feedback for us? She was first confused. I said, no, we've not done anything wrong, bro. There's nothing wrong in the home, but if you notice, there are times, because me, if you do something wrong on the spot, I will address it. I will not wait. Is it maybe it's becoming a pattern? My husband and I will now have a sit-down conversation with you to address it. But I say, so you see the way, we have meetings with you, we want you to know that if you're having issues, please feel free to come and talk to us. If there are things maybe we are doing with our daughter, things around the home, things in the house, please, at any point in time, we want you to know that there's a channel of feedback. The same way I give you feedback, please give us feedback. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma. It has registered. Another 1 month, I can come and ask her, how are you? How is work? How is my Bethel? Just to try and get, or maybe she does something. I'm like, like I said, the issue that happened the other day, I noticed that she acted off, and so I responded just to push her to talk. Like, why would you also do that? Because I just wanted to get the reaction out of her. So when I spoke that way, I went. Another thing I do is, I'm just sharing some tips. When I also react, I check my heart. I sit and that's how I do. I evaluate myself beyond even my nanny or my spouse. Okay, this way I acted. Was I acting out of maybe a frustration? Maybe I've been stressed and I just took it out of her. Did she really do something to hurt me? Is this? If I do it, I evaluate. When I realize that I came from a genuine good place and there's no bad vibe, I'm at peace. I do not mean harm, I do not mean evil. And that's what happened that day. Because the next time I came out of the room, she came to me, she was like, ma, so this what happened. When and I said, oh, I am sorry. Me too. That's why I couldn't come, and then we hugged. So create a channel for feedback. That's how you will know before December. You'll have known that salary is not okay. You need to be open that okay, I may not be able to increase salary now. Things are also tough, maybe for us as a family, right? Could you please bear with us? Can we also, maybe do this, or how else can we support your goal? And again, don't be selfish. This person too, maybe she's trying to save money so that she can go to school. Do you want her to also now, like, do you want? I remember my last nanny that left. She wanted to further her life. I will not say because of my own selfish, because she was fantastic. Even she did not want to go, but she had plans for her life, beyond. I wish her well. Till date, we still call every month. How is it now going? So this one, I say, madam, if you see what happened, we still talk, we still keep in touch. Because I know she wasn't, do you understand? So there's a way the person will even feel open to, talk to you. You are not an enemy of progress. If they want to progress their life, it's painful. It was very painful because she was good and she too loved our house. But I want her to also progress in life. Right? So I mean, those are just some of the thoughts. We can go on and on and on. But I think we would like to take questions. So maybe people have more thoughts. Drop them in the comments. Send me a personal DM of your own personal. Maybe in this video, we've not addressed your own at all. You are not still
Yeah.
seeing it there. I can do a separate video. I can like the whole see. Just understand that our mindset is to build beautiful homes.
Yes.
We're not here to attack anybody. We're not here
Yes.
to say we're better than you.
And
We
it's
are here.
possible. It's not impossible to have
Mhm.
the best nannies, regardless of your past experiences. I think that's a lot of, sorry to cut you. And I
No, no,
think
please.
that's a lot of reasons that drive most moms. The fact that they've had bad experiences, they naturally expect that I'm just giving this a try. I know some people will take a break and say, I'm not hiring anybody. I'm done with these people. There is no way I
Yeah.
get it right. Some,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean there are not good people out there. Trust me, there are a
Mm-hmm.
lot of nannies that that also wants a good home.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
nannies who will say, "Ah, my former madam was this was my experience there," and you're like, "Oh wow." So as long as we also do have breakups, before we met our final match or perfect match, we had
Yeah.
so many heartbreaks, and we're like, oh, but this was looking perfect and all of that. Same as with you hiring nannies. If you can see it as
Yeah.
that, I think it does. You won't have a closed mind when you have someone, and it also
Yeah.
helps you to see the good in people
Yeah.
whenever sometimes we currently have a client and I'm like, this nanny is good to this woman. This nanny really
Mm.
wants to work. But I can understand that
Mm.
because of her past experience, she doesn't want to open up. If she
Mm.
loses this girl, I mean, how many good people will come that she's not going to see? I know
Yeah.
there are times when we don't want to take
Hmm.
chances.
Hmm.
The-
Hmm.
but who you are should be who you are. And
Yeah.
sometimes when we let's learn from our mistakes, not get reactive.
Hmm. Thank you. Underline reactive. If you don't know what that word is, go and research it. Don't be reactive. Yes.
Because
Don't be.
it's that act of reactiveness that now makes whoever comes, this is where I'm placing them. Whoever
Yeah.
comes, this is how I'm placing them.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this person also has much more to give. So
Yeah.
I know they are bossy. I also managed bad nannies. I
Yeah.
can tell you, but the essence of this conversation is also to let families know that sometimes the fault is also from
From
your
us.
hand.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not all the time. And I know there are people who might comment, you can always be the, I have my story, but trust me, I have nannies in my database that are saying, I just want a good family. The
Hmm.
same way families are saying, I just want a good person.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
depending on who your interests lie on, it takes a lot
Yeah.
to really know if this person is a match for you. Another thing I like to say is our personalities are different. Just like I said,
Mm-hmm.
your love language might be different from my love language. Some
Yeah.
bosses don't take nonsense. They don't have time to see you, but it doesn't mean they don't
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
That interpretation might be different to them. And that's the reason why we have conversations with our nannies.
Yeah.
A lot of Lagos moms don't have time to,
Sit down
the
and
way
be.
sit down and sit a nanny down and be saying, what do you think about me? What have you?
Yeah.
Some don't have that emotional strength to handle
Yeah.
that, or
Hmm.
they don't see why that should be done. But
Yeah.
they have
Hmm.
other ways of getting feedback. But however, they need to be clear on how they get their feedbacks. When
Yeah.
a boss starts to be manipulative,
Hmm.
sometimes they can push the nanny away. See, these nannies, they have sense, so even the
Yeah.
one that you brought
Now
from the
you think.
village,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
they they some have that gift of being calculative with people.
Hmm.
Some are not. Some nannies can be very naive.
Hmm.
So sometimes I feel like as a boss, you know the kind of person that can work with you. And that's the reason
Yeah.
why you choose who you hire. When you
Yeah.
bring them in, for us, we say you need to understand your boss. In as
Yeah.
much as you expect your boss to understand you, but she pays your salary, so she's not the one that is going to,
Yeah.
calm down.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sometimes as a boss, you also want to calm down to their
Their
level
level.
to
Yeah.
understand what their mindset is.
Yeah.
It's not a give and take all of the
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's giving graces more of
Yeah.
the, like, a lot of the
Yeah.
time, before you
Yeah.
can actually bring out the person best in a person. I see
Yeah.
some issues. I'm like, okay, if you send this person away, you didn't teach her.
Mm-hmm.
Or I know some things are deal breakers, especially
Mm-hmm.
theft,
Yeah.
especially not being
Lying.
in this lying or indecent dressing and all
Yeah.
that. Some things are deal breaker. But before a person leaves, I feel families should leave a mark in training that person, because either you like it or not, they will go and apply for a job somewhere else.
Yeah.
And we don't have that tracking system to
To know.
say,
Hmm.
okay, the next place you're going, anybody that searched this database, they
Can
know
see.
that this is the reason why you left your former
Mm-hmm.
employer. So regardless, they will go somewhere else and look for a job. They are
Hmm.
either better at the place or they are worse off.
Yeah.
So it's also like a choice in terms of values. It's also a
Yeah.
choice in terms of personality. Like,
Yeah.
this is me, this is
Yeah.
you. I don't have time
Yeah.
for nonsense. I don't take,
Yeah.
this and all of that.
Yeah.
So it's possible, but I know it is possible to
It's
have
possible. Yeah.
great nannies
And great
every
bosses.
year. Less
Yeah.
complaints about your nanny left. Even if your nanny leaves you, it doesn't mean you can't get another nanny that would love you and stay long term.
Yeah.
And when it's
Yeah.
long term, let's also be realistic. When it is long term, it doesn't mean they will stay with you for life. It
Exactly.
means if a nanny is able to work with you for 2 years, I mean, there was a time where the client who said she wanted the nanny to sign contract and say she would stay for a year. I said, I cannot guarantee that. And that's
Mm-hmm.
because anything can happen.
Yeah.
Things
It's just like
happen.
your own office. Like, I think when you view it from a point of view of you too, like you are somebody's, like
You see
you are a
that word
staff
office?
somewhere.
That word
Hmm.
office is not the way a typical Nigerian mom will see her home to a nanny
Hmm.
most of the time. So if anything, even you as the boss, you might japa before the end of the year. Right now, you have to terminate the nanny's contract.
Yeah.
How do we protect that nanny if she signs the
From.
contract to work with you for a year?
Yeah.
So if the nanny is saying something happened and she's leaving, that's why we say there's room for replacement. But that you want to get one person permanently for a year, it's not impossible, but
Mm-hmm.
we need to set
Realistic.
obtainable expectations. I want
Yeah.
you to get someone that will stay with you 5 years, 10 years. Trust me. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
also telling you it is not guaranteed. Not
Yeah.
because we do not want it. Not even because the nanny doesn't want. I mean, some of them will say they lost the family. A lot of time it can be true. Most of the time
It's
it's
a
a
lie.
lie. And there's a reason why for someone to lie. There's a reason why they have said that lie.
Yeah.
Some nannies are not serious. We get it. Some
Yeah.
nannies want better opportunity. It
Yeah.
happens. Some
Yeah.
nannies don't want to do nanny work again, but they don't know how to tell you.
Yeah.
So let's be flexible. We want
Yeah.
the best, and it is possible. I think
Yeah.
with that mindset, it shapes the overall perception about hiring nannies, getting the
Yeah.
right person, and working with the
Yeah.
right person.
Yeah. Thank you. I think there's so much you've unpacked. Even as you were speaking, like I could talk on, like you talked about, some people are just going through trauma. Some people have just had bad experiences and so they are being reactive.
Yeah,
We've even talked about one. I like how you talk about personality match, and I never saw it that way, and it's true because I have a personality. That the truth is, there are some people that may be great, but they may not be able to work with me. And it's
perfect.
vice versa. It doesn't mean
Yeah,
you're a bad person or a bad person. Based on our personalities, our expectations. I remember my first nanny I got, we were the one that asked her to leave. I'll be honest with you, she wasn't a bad person. She was, it's not as if she was toxic to my home, but at the core of it, we did not really align. Right. So I can relate to that. So there's a personality aspect of it. There's a people management, an emotional intelligence from both. And so there's a lot we can unpack. And you may be, I've got to be like, Why would I go through all this stress? One, we have said it, to build better homes. It will help you. Today, I'm at the studio recording this video because I have peace of mind. The person I've
Yeah.
kept at home with my child.
Yeah.
I can thrive. There's so much I'm able to do as an individual because I've tried to be intentional. So look at it that it like once you can focus intentionally, be more deliberate about this area of your life, it helps you progress in other areas of your life also, right? And one, it helps you as an individual. Like on this channel, we're big on living purposeful lives. You realize that when you invest in emotional intelligence, it helps your marriage, it helps your business,
Yeah.
it helps your relationship at work. When you intentionally try to be a better leader, okay, let me even use my nanny as template to be a better human being. When you are more reflective, you realize that it in turns begins. See, wherever you go, if they place you in a new environment today, you will be an outstanding person because you've chosen to work on yourself.
Mm.
You
True.
not, and that's why I've told myself that I'm going to every day of my life start the new year by reading 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Because till everything inside that book has registered in my head. And one of
Mm.
the things that for some reason I'm talking about is being proactive. Don't be reactive. Learn to, this thing will help you even in your marriage. When your response to things is not based on people's reactions, because you are more focused on how you can handle yourself as a person, you will see how it will in turn affect every other area of your life. So look at it as personal development, because you
Yeah.
want to be a better person for yourself, for society. You see it, your marriage become better when you do this class. Every time when I talk about reflect on yourself as a person, ask for feedback from your spouse and take the feedback to. I did one thing recently. I asked for feedback in a particular area of my life. My God, it was as if I've just been the one holding myself back. Like, so this was all I
Mm.
needed to
Mm.
launch into my next level. And I
Mm.
ran with the feedback. I even started asking more. So, okay, on this one that you now said, please give me an example of how I acted in that. Okay, so that's what I did. And then I was
Mm.
even able to explain myself, my thought process. The person could see, oh, so this is where we're coming from, and our relationship could be better.
Better.
Again, I'm not perfect. Miss Fumi is not perfect. We
Nobody
are learning
is.
every
Yeah.
day. But from
Yeah.
the one that we've learned, though, the one we've seen, no, we have decided to come
Say
and
no be
tell you.
shame.
And my prayer is that you will hear word. You will hear word.
Yes.
Right? You cannot
Yes.
have come
Yes.
this far and not want to change. Be a
True.
better human being. Not
Yes.
because, oh, you not get a good nanny, but first of all, you as a person, you are a better person for it. I'm in trust that the Lord will bring good people, our way, and the wisdom to handle
Amen.
it,
Yes.
the wisdom to build, beautiful, godly, sustainable homes will be given to us in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Ha! And you have come this far, you have not subscribed. Hey, you come this far, you did not say, let me share this on my mommy's group, let me
Mm.
share this to all my friends, let me post on my status. How will you keep such content to yourself? Don't do
Don't be
that.
selfish.
Share. Let's spread the good news. Let all of us be meeting
Yes.
ourselves and be happy. My home is now more beautiful. Look, won't you be happy? I will even feel comfortable. There's another issue of I can't drop my child in your house because I don't know what's happening in your house. But when you are certain that this person's house is good, you have more peace of mind. So let's help the society as large. And thank you so much, Miss Fumi. I'm excited for all the work that you are doing. There's so
Thank you.
much more that she even has in mind. We just picked one area of the
Area.
big problem
Yes. Yes.
to
Yes.
talk about. And thank you for your time. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know. Wait, before, do you have anything else you want to say before I close?
No, no, no.
the
It's fine. I just want to say this December, if your nanny decides to leave, always know that you can always get a good person. It doesn't matter
Yes.
what the narrative is out there. We know the industry needs help, and we will
Yeah.
definitely bring the solution. We are the solution. Talking about the problem doesn't solve it, but
Mm-hmm.
always believe. I know there are lots
Yeah.
of good nannies that are
Yeah.
also looking for good families, and we just hope you are
Yeah.
also a good family to work with.
Amen. You cannot be watching my video and not be a good family. I will disown you outside. You are not my community member. My community members are not bad. I will disown you. Oh.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank
I'll see you guys in the
you.
next video.
Yes,
Bye.
bye. Wow.
Woo.